Good day. Today our topic is sequencing. Myself, Dr. B. Suresh Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering. For understanding the sequencing problem, I utilize this following problem. Yes, there are five jobs, each of which must go through two machines A, comma B in the order A and B. Processing time in hours are given below. For example, if you consider the problem, job 1 consumes the processing time with the machine A is 10 hours and with the machine B is 4 hours. Likewise, if I consider job 3 means from machine A which consumes 18 hours and with the machine B which consumes 14 hours. Likewise, 5 jobs details are given in the table. The question is determine the sequence for the 5 jobs that will minimize elapsed time, which is the question. So how can I solve this problem with the sequencing? Yes, what is sequencing? Before going into the problem solving, what is sequencing? You should aware the selection of an suitable order for finite number of different jobs to be done on a finite number of machines is called sequencing problem. In other case, which can be defined as like the series in which for few jobs or tasks are to be performed following order or optimal order is called sequencing. Yes, if there are n number of jobs available means we can perform n number of jobs through m number of machines. So this can be classified it into three types. Generally, those are processing n jobs through two machines, processing n jobs through three machines, processing n jobs through five machines. Likewise, we can classify the sequencing problem it into different types. In a sequencing problem, we have to determine the optimal order. Optimal order means optimal sequence. It should be give the minimal elapsed time. Okay. Likewise, we can perform the jobs, which is the task that is available with the sequencing problem. Today, we can discuss about processing n jobs through two machines only. So, how can we solve this problem? Here you see the job are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are available. Processing time in hours are also given. In machine A, job 1 consumes 10 hours, job 2 consumes 2 hours, job 3 consumes 18 hours, job 4 consumes 6 hours and job 5 consumes 20 hours. Likewise, on machine B also the data are available. From this data, how can we solve the problem? Through Johnson algorithm. In Johnson algorithm, the first step is select the smallest time occurring in the list in machine A and machine B. So we should select the smallest number. I compare all the 10 values with each other. From the available value, 2 hours is the minimum. The 2 hours is available with the job 2 and also the 2 hours is lying with the machine A. So how can we allocate? How can I sequence the job? So the smallest time first I select, after that I allocate that second job into machine 2 and also I can create the small box. Here 5 jobs are available, so that I can create the box with the 5 columns. In that first machine A has the minimum value which is 2 hours, so that the second job I assigned first, from where in this box the right hand to left hand side is also available and also the left hand to right hand side also available. I always consider A from left hand side, B from right hand side. What is the purpose? Yes, we can see in our problem 2 hours is the minimum, but this 2 hours lying on machine A. Okay, so the 2 hours is also for performing the job 2. So how can I allocate which is machine A? So I allocate job 2 in machine A from left hand side box. Initially I started with A machine, and also I allocate the second job in the first box. After that, I delete this row. I won't consider again. Other rows also available. Other rows are 1, 3, 4, 5. Here I select the minimum value from the available 4 rows, which are 10, 4, 18, 14, 6, 16, 20, 80. From this, the 4 is the next minimum processing time. So but it is lying on B machine with the job 1. So I can allocate this job 1 into the sequencing box from right hand side, because we always allocate the B machine with the right hand side. So I allocate job 1 on B machine with the right hand side box. After that, I delete this row also. Already I allotted second, and now I allotted the first, so I delete both the rows. Again, compare other three rows values 3, 4, 5. Here you see the 18, 14, 6, 16 with the job 4, and 28 with the job 5. Likewise available. From these, which one is minimum? 6 is the minimum value. 6 processing time for fourth job with the machine A is available. So that this minimum time is available with the machine A. So I can assign the job 4 from left hand side. So I can assign the left A side box 2. Okay. Likewise, I can assign. After that, I delete this row also, and then I have third row and fifth row only available. From this, I can compare all the values. The total minimum value is 8 hours. So 8 hours is lying on machine B and also with the job 5. So how can I assign? Yes, the machine B is always started from right hand side. I already assigned one here, so the next to one I can assign the job 5 here. Okay, so likewise I can sequence the job from left side and right side with respect to A machine and B machine. After that, finally the balance only one job is available, which is job 3. So I can assign the job into pending box. So I can get the sequence from this Johnson rule is 2, 4, 3, 5, 1. So the sequencing of the jobs are identified by using Johnson's algorithm. So which is the method to identify the sequence of n jobs through two machines. Likewise, I can sequence the jobs. Next, the 2, 4, 3, 5, 1 I identified through Johnson algorithm. For the reason, here I create another table. In that table, I wrote the developed or identified sequence 2, 4, 3, 5, and 1. Here the job performance is started from machine A. Machine A is started with the zeroth time. So here the zero time is available. After that, the second job per processing time is 2. So that I can add 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. After that, this job is transferred to machine B. So up to that time, machine B keep idle. After 2 hours only machine B started. So here machine B is started from 2 hours. So the initial time for machine B is 2, and which also consumes the processing time of 12. Okay, so 2 plus 12 is equal to 14. After that, I move to the sequence 2. Second sequence is started with the 4. So fourth job is loaded on machine A, but already machine A is ran with the job 2. After completing the job 2 only I can load the job 4, so that up to 2 hours job 4 is waiting. After 2 hours I loaded the job 4. The processing time of job 4 is 6 hours, so that 2 plus 6 is equal to 8. After 8 hours only I can load this job 4 it into machine B. But if I want to load the job it into machine B, means I compare the 8 value into 14 value. if I compare both the things, the machine B running up to 14 hours. So I can't start the machine B. I can't load the fourth job in machine B at 8 hours. So that I am waiting up to 14 hours. So the machine B is started 14 hours. After that, I can add the machine B with the processing time of 4. Okay, what is the time consumption, which is 16? So 14 plus 16 I can get 30. And then the next job according to our sequence, third. Okay, third job can enter into the machine A. The time, the initial time for job 4 is 8, because the job 4 is completed up to 8 hours. After 8 hours only I can load the job 3 in machine A. So that here I wrote like 8 hours. After 8 hours, the job 3 processing time in machine A is 18 hours. So 8 plus 18 is equal to 26 hours. The job 3 available with the machine A. After completing this, I can't load the third job directly into the machine B. I compare this 26 value it into the previous job that is available with the machine B. The previous job which is available up to 30 hours, so that I can start load the job 3 in machine B after 30 hours only, so that I can write here 30 hours. Okay, job 3 with the machine B consumes 14 hours, so that 30 plus 14 is equal to 44. Likewise, I can get the value here. After that, our next sequence is fifth job. So I can load the fifth job it into the machine A. The initial time for job 5 is 26, because job 3 ended in machine A up to 26 hours, so that I can load the job 5 on machine A after 26 hours only, so that I can load the job in machine A at 26th hour. After 26th hour, job 5 consumes 20 hours in a machine A, so that 26 plus 20 is equal to 46. So the job 5 is running on machine A up to 46 hours. Now I can compare this 46 hours it into the machine B performance time. But in this case, machine B earlierly finished third job. So if I want to load the fifth job in a machine B, means the machine B should wait. So here the machine B idle time is available, which means 46 minus 44 is equal to 2 hours is available. Up to 2 hours machine B is waiting for job 5. So here 2 hours of idle time is available. After 2 hours idle time only I can load the job 5 in machine B. The machine B with the job 5, the processing time is 8, so that I can add 46 plus 8, I can get 54. Likewise, I can complete the fifth job in machine A and machine B. After that, according to our identified sequence, the last job is job 1. So I can load the job 1 in machine A. When I load, yes, the fifth job is completed at 46th hour, so that job 1 is loaded on machine A at exactly at 46th hour. After 46th hour, job 1 running on machine A is 10 hours. So 46 plus 10 I can get 56 hours. Now also I can compare this 56 with the machine B completed time. The machine B completed time is 54. So I can't load the job 1 at 54th hour of machine B, because job 1 is running on machine A. So that machine B is waiting for job completion with the machine A. So up to 56th hour, from 54th hour machine B waiting for job 1. So after 56th hour I can load the job 1 on machine B. After that, how much of time which consumes with the machine B, job 1, yes, job 1 processing time with the machine B is 4, so that 56 plus 4 is equal to 60. So likewise we can sequence the machines job and jobs. From this we can get the elapsed time of job. Okay, total elapsed time is 60 hours, so that the total elapsed time that is available with the machine A and machine B is 60 hours. Idle time for machine A, what is the idle time? Machine A, there is any waiting time available? Yes, the total machining time or processing time consumption is 60 hours. But in machine A, the total processing time consumption is 56 hours. So that up to the completion of job 1 with the machine B, the machine A is waiting. So the idle time all available with the machine A also. So how can I identify the idle time of machine A from 60 minus 56? So that the total elapsed time is 60. The idle time, the waiting time of machine A is 4. How can I get 4? Yes, 60 minus 56. I can get 4 hours. After that, idle time for machine B. In some steps, the machine B is stopped. I mean, machine B is waiting for loading the job. So idle time for machine B is also available. So the machine B is waiting for when I load the second job it into the machine B means it waits 2 hours initially, so that the 2 hours of idle time is available with the initial loading. After that 14 hours completed the job 2 and 30 hours completed the job 4. So immediately I load the job 3 with the machine 30 hours, and then 44 hours is the processing time of job 3 in machine B. But job 5 I can load 46 hours only, because in machine A job 5 running up to 46 hours, but in machine B job 3 running 45, we ending with the 44 hours only. So that the machine B is waiting for job 5 up to 2 hours, because the job 5 is running on 46 hours with the machine A. So I can subtract 46 minus 44. I can get 2 hours of idle time with the job 5, and then I can move to job 5 and mean fifth sequence, which is first job. Here you see, here also some idle time available, because machine B is ended the job with 54 hours, but machine A processed the job with 56 hours. So the job 1 enter it into the machine B after completing the process. The machine A means 56 hours only, but machine B is already ended with the 54 hours, so that machine B is waiting for 2 hours entering the job 1 into the machine B. So machine B waited 2 hours. How can I find 2 hours? 56 minus 54, I can get 2 hours. So which is the idle time that are available with the machine B? So that 2 plus in fourth job there is no idle time, and third job I'm also the previous 30 minutes completed, and the third job we started with 30 minutes, so that there is no idle time. After that 2 hours idle time. After that 56 minus 54, there is another 2 hour idle time available. If I add both the things, I can get 6 hours. Likewise, I can identify the idle time for machine A and idle time for machine B, and also total elapsed time to perform the n jobs through m machines.